ready to go now. I'll explain what we're doing once we get back, but we need to go and collect it because we're running a few minutes late and we don't want to be late. So jump in the tractor, we'll be there, and when we get back I'll explain why we got this load and why we need it. On Wednesday we got 7 tons like what we got today. So today's Saturday, and then on Wednesday we got 7 tons, and today we're also getting 7 tons. Or we've got 7 tons, so this is just the last wee bit of it now. That'll finish it off all there. That'll finish it off. That stuff there is our own pit silage, so it comes from the silage here, which is first got from 2021 I think it is. So we're just mixing that, a bit of that, a bit of third cut from last year, the really wet stuff, and then we're also mixing some of the silage that we bought. So it's not going to be very good. The silage that we bought is absolutely fantastic, but the new stuff, or our old stuff, isn't great. Sorry, this is first cut from 2022, so it's actually been sitting there for quite a while. This here, just against the big silage wall here, this is where we're going to tip the load. It's a nice clean area. We've brushed it, so it's nice and clean. So we'll just dump it there. we sort of want to get it all used up before it starts to heat, because when it starts to heat then it'll go off, and we don't want that, because when it starts to go off then it'll just get worse and worse and worse. So that's why we're going to be buying it every couple of days. So we're going to go back to them like every 3 or 4 days or so, and then we'll get a new load. So it's not molding or anything. So first grab full. Our 5th grab now, and then after that we'll put 2 more in, so 7 grabs in total. It's about 3 tons of silage that mixes in with all the other ingredients in the diet for the cows. You can also see the colour on the silage. It is really, really nice stuff. Smells lovely as well. You can see there's a little bit of this in it. The guy that we bought it off, he had put like a tiny bit of wheat in between 2 of the layers of silage. So if anybody's wondering what that lighter stuff is, that's just a bit of wheat that was put in, like a very, very small layer of wheat that was put in between the 2 layers of silage. I think it was 2nd and 3rd cut maybe. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it was. There we are. That's the 3rd cut from last year. So if you remember, that was the 3rd cut where we sort of missed the week where it was nice and sunny. It just poured for weeks after that, and then the grass got really, really thick, and that meant that we couldn't cut it. So in the end we just had to cut it wet, because we needed a 3rd cut. So that over there is really, really, really poor silage. Our 1st cut was good, our 2nd cut was alright, and our 3rd cut was probably the worst. Our 4th cut was pretty good as well, but the problem with it was we didn't get very much of it, because we didn't want to be cutting too late in the year. And we also didn't want to cut straight after 3rd cut, because we wanted to let the grass grow a bit. So it's just a bit unfortunate that we got a really bad 3rd cut and we have to buy some silage. But like, everything doesn't always go to plan. So there's a bit of 1st cut from 2022 going in. So hopefully we might get that bump finished off this year, so we actually get to the back of it, and then we can sort of clear it out a bit. But isn't it lovely to see that thing back in the sky? Makes your mood so much better. Even if we had like a sort of good 5 to 7 days of weather like this, it'd be perfect, and then hopefully we could actually get the cows out during the day for a couple of hours. But we need a couple more days, or at least a week maybe, of this sort of good weather where this big bright orange thing is beaming down on us, because if we don't have that, cows won't be out, and we'll have to spend more money on this stuff right here. In the diet feed at the minute, we're putting about 7 grabs of this in, which is the stuff that we bought, the silage that we bought, and then we're putting 2 grabs of the silage, 3rd cut silage from last year, the really wet one, and then we're putting about 2 or 3 from the 1st cut of 2022 in. So the majority of it will be this stuff, because this is like the miracle feed at the minute. This is just about keeping the cows at good milk at the minute, because when we didn't have that stuff, you could actually see that the cow's milk was dropping because they didn't have very much good silage anymore. And that just shows that we sort of need this stuff, because if we don't have this stuff, then we'll just be going downhill. Because even though we sort of want to finish that all off, we can't just be giving them rotten wet silage. Well, not rotten, but not great silage. So that's why, by having this stuff, it will help the cows to maintain the good milk standard. As experts would say, a wee pinch of salt to finish off your chips. Another job that is great to keep on top of is to clean out these feed troughs, because you can see there's no silage. Well, there's very, very little. If you want to call that silage, you can, but you're a bit fussy if you are. You can see there's absolutely no silage left in the feed troughs, which is amazing, because it's like a human washing their plate. You don't want to eat off your plate and then eat off it again the next day. So that's why we clean them out, so they're nice and clean, and the old silage at the bottom doesn't just build up and build up. Spring day, even though there's a bit of a breeze, but that sun, it is so nice to see it. They're all waiting for their yummy silage, but we have to foot bath them first in foot bath to keep their feet nice and clean and to stop dermatitis. They seem to be enjoying it all right. Seem happy enough, don't you? I'm sure they wish they were out at grass instead of eating that, because they've eaten that all winter. I'm sure they get bored of it, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be out in a couple of weeks, because we don't want to be buying silage for the next couple of weeks, and also he might not be able to give us loads more, because he needs some for his own stock. So we don't want to be feeding the bad third cut and the not great first cut from a couple of years ago. Overall, I don't think the cows are producing as much good milk, and it's better to have our old stuff, which was actually pretty good. But it's just the stuff that it's just a situation where us and a lot of people are in, because it never blooming stops raining. Today is the opposite. It just means that we haven't been able to get cows out, and if you didn't have good silage, if you didn't have a good silage cut last year, like a lot of people didn't because of the rain, it means that you're stuck with a lot of bad stuff that might not be as good food for your cows as other silage that we've made in previous years. But yeah, overall, fantastic stuff, and we're going to get a few more loads hopefully, just to keep on top of the good silage that we're putting in the ration, and not just throwing a heap of bad stuff in. So overall, the cows look like they are enjoying it. especially 36. But yes, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really does help the channel grow to new people and new audiences. So if you did like it, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. It's a couple of days after we bought the silage, and it's a couple of days after we bought the silage, and I'm just in the parlour here. And before we bought that new silage, our cows, just in the parlour here, they were dropping milk, so that meant that they weren't producing as many litres a day. And then they started to go up a wee bit once we put them onto that new silage, or put the new silage that we bought into the ration. And then after that, for a couple of days, they went down a few litres. A lot of them went down a few litres, which is odd because they were on the new silage, and that silage is very, very good stuff. So it's a bit strange that they've dropped litres on that new stuff that we bought, but they're slowly going back up now, which is good. It's a bit strange just that they've dropped a few litres. We really need to get them out soon, because it'd be far, far better for them and far, far better for us not having them in. But we can't really do that at the minute because of the weather conditions. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's video.